situation, maybe a minute, it's taking 10 minutes here. So that's the reason I'm asking you to hold on. Yes, Maushami, over to you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Maushami.
Good morning, all of you. Shubha Vijaya, happy Dasera.
Good morning.
Wishing all of you very good life, a very happy and prosperous life. Thank you, Partho. Thank you so much, not only for giving me this chance to interact, but also to give this platform where I'm having so many good friends. You know, having good friends is really a matter of great good fortune. So thank you so much, all of you. So we are here today, and every morning we are attending this session wherein we understand that what is the purpose, as Partho has said, that it is we want to touch lives. Yes. So here, all of us, we are having different circumstances, different phases through which we are going through. So we can say that we are all many in body. Bodily, we are all different, isn't it? But our mind has been streamlined. Yes, we are all having one mission, one purpose, that is to live a happy life myself, not only myself, but to spread this happiness throughout so that together we can enjoy life. Otherwise, we could have done it alone, isn't it? We could have done this meditation alone. We could have, interacted with our mentors or our coaches alone. But we prefer to do it in a group because our purpose and our mission is different. So, as we all know that when Shakyamuni Buddha wanted to achieve enlightenment, he had followed many ways, but the ultimate enlightenment reached him when he looked at his own self. And he said that, his advent on this earth was to prove himself to be a good human being. Because all of us, I think history says that after Shakyamuni Buddha attained enlightenment, it never happened that he became a sage or whatever he was saying was coming correct. He was not performing any miraculous activities, but he was reaching out from one person to another to teach them what is the correct way of human life. So we are all here together. So what we have to do to lead a good life is, we have all heard about Industrial Revolution, Green Revolution, French Revolution, many revolutions we have been hearing about. But here, the practice of being happy myself and bringing happiness to others needs human revolution. Very, very important for us to understand that it is we who needs to change the environment. That is the crux of everything. I think all philosophy, no matter which way we are following, lands up to one purpose, that is changing my life from within. Because we believe that everything lies within our life. Nothing is external. I cannot go and search happiness anywhere else, but it resides within us. So when we tap that within my life, there is nothing can stop that happiness to come to me. Yes. So I don't have to seek that outside. I don't have to run after that, but that is there within my life. I just have to polish it. I just have to believe it and just have to bring it out to shine. Yes. So with that, I will let us all together do an exercise wherein we can sync ourselves to that world, So let us all sit in a position which is very, very comfortable for us, very joyfully. There is no routine that I have to, sit always very upright when my spine will start paining. Nothing of that sort. Let us be comfortable and let us realize within our life that the treasure is there. Let us try to find that. So let us close our eyes If you feel comfortable, you can put your video off. If you can concentrate more like that, I would say that you can put your video off. And as we move, just we have started this session with gratitude, with calmness. So we are already in the world of, calmness and full of gratitude within us. So with that, let us close our eyes and delve deep within ourselves and see that the treasure is lying within us. So can we start? Yes? Let's close our eyes. Let's delve deep into our lives. Let's realize absolute completeness lies within my life. The treasure is there for us to tap. Let us touch that with our entire being. Let us enjoy purity. Let us enjoy completeness. Let us be free from all fundamental darkness that eludes us. Let us have complete faith in my own treasure, in my own treasure of life, in my compassion, complete faith in my courage, complete faith in my boundless wisdom. Let me tap my wisdom from within my life. Let me be in a state of purity. Let this be my pure self, a self free of any inhibition, a self pure, true, free, compassionate, full of courage. Let us be in silence in this world, which is the world of Buddhahood, the world of moksha, the world of nirvana. Let us be there. Let us enjoy the journey. Let us be in silence, in reverence. Let us be grateful for the life which has been endowed, the life true and pure. Let us enjoy this state. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now I would just want to hear from you how you felt. What was your feeling during this journey which you took to delve into the depth of your life? If you can please share how you felt. Yes, please.
So, Moshami, personally, I followed your words and I embedded this. I was thinking of these words, and these words were getting embedded in me for that moment. So I think that was the words were very peaceful. The words were very serene, which helped me to acquire equanimity at this point of time. So that was my feeling. I think it was very serene.
Yes. Thank you, Partho. Anybody else, please?
Mostly, ma'am, if I may, I'm Shekhar. Uh,
Hello, Shekhar. Please.
so while you were asking us to go in within and look for compassion, and uh, that word compassion hit me really hard. And all of a sudden, images of two friends of mine who very unfortunately lost their young children came to my mind. And these things have happened a few years back, quite a few years back. But I found in the image that I was again trying to uh, sort of go out to them and tell them that I am with you. So that
Wonderful.
one word hit me very hard.
Wonderful. Yes.
Moshim Shambhu here. I was
Hello, Shambhu.
feeling too much relaxed, and during that, some thoughts came in the mind that what is the purpose of life? Why I was doing this? Some calmness I was feeling.
Thank you. Anybody else? So I think, this journey to delve deep into our inner being. So as Shekhar has shared about compassion. So compassion is there. We don't have to bring anything from outside. So this is an action which we can take on a daily basis towards our journey for absolute happiness. Yes. When we talk about happiness, we always think about absolute happiness, not relative happiness. Happiness which switches, now I'm happy, something bad happens, I go back to the state of sadness. That is not happiness we are looking for. We are looking for happiness which stays there with us, no matter how environment changes, but my life state always stays happy. But that is very difficult, isn't it? So now let me share a very, a life, what happens practically in our life. So now we were doing this calmness or empowerment exercise, and suddenly I hear my maid working in the kitchen, she drops an expensive bowl and it breaks. So what happens to my life state? What happens? I become angry, isn't it? Maybe I'm practicing that. Superficially, I'm practicing because I'm into this. But as soon as that sound of that bowl breaking in the kitchen comes to my ears, what happens? I sat down to the world of anger, right? Now I'm taking this session, somebody comes and knocks the door. I feel very disturbed. And I start rebuking. So I go down to the world of hell. Yes. So we have to understand that all of us have 10 worlds within us. So consciously, if we can try to pull ourselves from the lower worlds to the upper worlds on a daily basis, moment to moment. So that will lead us to absolute happiness. Yes. So what are the 10 worlds? World of hell. World of hell where everything seems to be wrong. It happens, na? Some days it happens to us. We cannot really explain us with logic why it is happening. But right from the start, breakfast table, I fight with my husband. I go to office. I have a fight with my boss. I meet my friend. I have an altercation. So something happens the entire day, which I cannot explain. Logically, I cannot explain what has happened. But actually, that world of hell is dominating me. So then I have to realize that what is the world wherein I am now in? So the 10 worlds, hell, hunger, animality, anger, humanity, rapture, learning, realization, bodhisattva, and Buddhahood. So it has other names in other philosophies. In Buddhism, it is called Buddhahood. So now we are in which world? Now we are in the world of learning and realization, isn't it? We are trying to realize, as you have shared, you have said, Mr. Shambhu, you have said that, I was thinking about what is the purpose. So you are realizing, some realization is coming within your life that what is the purpose of me, attending this session? What is the purpose of me every day doing this meditation? What is the purpose? So this is realization. But instantly, we can go back to the world of anger, to the world of hunger, of greed, anything. So the action which we can take is consciously trying to pull ourselves to the higher worlds. If a person is creating some problem in my environment, so what do? I instantly start blaming. I think someone has posted a very good writing of Swami Vivekananda about blaming. Yes. So everything, if I take the onus of my life on me, then with the change of environment, nothing will change within me. So it is just like a mirror. If I change, my environment will change. It's not the other way. The environment cannot control us, but I have to reach a life state where I can say that, yes, I have a control. It's just like a mirror. When we stand in front of the mirror, what do we do? To look beautiful, do we put makeup on the mirror, or we try to put makeup on ourselves? It's the other way around. So no point, trying to make a difference in the environment. It is much easier to bring out that compassion, that courage, that indomitable spirit that, yes, it is my life. I take the onus. There's no blame game. There's no complacency. Let me take an action myself to lift my life state. It is very difficult. It's not easy. Of course, it's very difficult. But when we can do that, what happens is the action that we take on a daily basis is based on that life condition. Yes, life condition of wisdom, life condition of compassion, life condition of courage. Lot of courage to accept. Yes, lot of courage to accept that what is happening in the environment, I have chosen this. No one else has given it to me, but I have chosen this. So I take the responsibility to change. Yes, so we can just do it on a daily basis very joyfully. The first and foremost thing of our life is let us do everything joyfully. the day when we think that that joy is missing in my life, life has become a routine. Let us go back and see. Let us go back to the basic. Let us try and, help somebody else. Because that is where the actual happiness comes. So the exercise which we have done today, we can do it, I think, if Partha allows, after the meditation that we do, with our deep breaths, after that, for 5 minutes, we can really make ourselves aware that everything lies within my life. Yes, nothing is outside. I am the best. But that doesn't lead us to arrogance. Many a times, if I say that I'm the best, then I may be arrogant. No. Arrogance and self-empowerment is different. I believe that the power of the universe is within me. Yes, I am part of this universe. As when we meditate, we do that. We understand that. So when we start believing it, that is where life starts changing. Okay, so I think we can discuss, we can just have some interactive, because I feel that this platform is a learning platform where we can learn from each other's experience. So I can share my experience with you that, how healing works when we give courage to people. During the second phase of pandemic, many of my near and dear friends, many of my relatives, was down with COVID. The job that I did was giving them hope and courage. And that is when they bounced back. The same medicine, doctor was giving the same medicine to everybody. With some, it worked. With some, it did not. Because, doctors also said that when you don't give up on the fight, when you don't give up on the fight to live, every cell of your body responds positively. And that is where doctors also, they always feel it's easier for them to treat when a person doesn't give up. So what was my job, when I had access to their phones? So I used to call many people on a daily basis to give them that hope and courage, that the healing power is within you. So you just cannot give up. Fight it out. And it worked like miracle. It really worked. And how people had come out of that state. So it is all about our life state. So in Mind Vantage, we are all good friends. Let us empower and encourage each other with our experience, with our learnings, with our courage, with our compassion, so that all of us, and the mission that all of us have taken to touch 10,000 lives, will be easy. Because having good friends is, I will share a short story and, I'll end. I think time is up. So when Ananda, Shakyamuni Buddha's disciple, had asked a question to Buddha, that isn't having good friends half the way of attaining Buddhahood? Buddhahood means the state of sublime happiness. So Buddha replied, you are wrong, Ananda. Having good friends is not half the way, but the entire way of attaining Buddhahood. So we are in an assembly of good friends. So together we will have a happy and fulfilling life, and we will reach out to more and more people to make them understand that the power of healing any external problem which is bothering me lies within my heart. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your patience hearing. It was lovely. Please come up with all, if you have anything to share, would love to hear from you. Okay.
Thank you, Moshumidi. It was lovely.
Thank you, Kakuli. Thank you. I know Kakuli, she is my friend, but we hardly meet these days. So we also had good interactions previously, if you remember, Kakuli. Yes?
Yes, very much.
Yes. Yes.
So thank you very much, Maushami, for that short but crisp and happy sharing. So as Maushami rightly shared, and of course, I never knew about these 10 worlds. So this has a lot of similarity with what we call neurological levels. Neurological level starts from bottoms up. If I share its environment, behavior, capability, value, beliefs, identity, and then spiritual, right? Any change in your belief value, any change in your identity will definitely change the bottom values also, the bottom levels also. And this is also known as the process, the levels of change, learning, and process. There is a
So we can
formula.
consciously take this action on a daily
Absolutely.
basis. Yes.
Consciously we can take take the action, and consciously once we start taking the action, it becomes a part of our subconscious.
Yes.
So our parents taught us to brush our teeth, right? And when they taught, I don't remember my childhood when my mother taught me to brush my teeth, but I can see the children, their parents teach them to brush their teeth, and how they react, how they behave, how they cry. After some time, what happens is they get used to it. And without brushing teeth, I hope all of us, the 12 of us who are here, all of us brushed their teeth and we are here, right? So we spend our some time in brushing. It has become a muscle memory. Similarly, what Maushami mentioned, if we can practice it consciously, it would also become a part of our muscle memory. Every cell of our body would start believing that. Happiness has got a formula which I share is 50-40-10, and this 50-40-10 is 50% genetics, 40% on yourself, how you react to the state, and 10% in the circumstances itself. Yes, environment will have certain impact, like the corona had, right? And it had impacted all of us. But if you really see, there are many of us who have taken corona in our stride. Some of us have not taken, and not taken, maybe they could not take it because of deaths in the family, suffering in the family, so on and so forth. But the beliefs, if they are strong, if the values are strong, the identity is strong. Who am I? Am I the Buddha who I wanted to be? Am I treating the others as Buddha? Right? So there's another story which I would like to share, which I have shared with many of you and in the group. So there was a person who was practicing meditation, who was meditating, and there was carpentry work going on in the house. So after he opened his eyes, he saw the carpenter standing in front of him. He said, "Saab, aap kaise is awaaj mein? How can you meditate within this noise? It's so noisy outside." So the gentleman answered that the noise is outside, not inside. Inside there is silence. Right? So it's a very big statement to understand. If we understand that there is chaos, there is confusion, there has to be chaos and confusion. Let us also understand that this world was not made for comfort, right? This world was not made by whoever made it. It was not made that from day one you will have a air condition, you will have a bed, you will have a small cottage. No, our ancestors had to really survive fighting, right? And then the fight, flight, freeze mechanism was imbibed in them. So for anything and anything, people used to get excited because they did not have the thinking brain. But after this phase was over, then probably the higher power thought, now that he is adapted to save himself, protect himself, let me give him the power to create something. So he gave the thinking brain, right? So the thinking brain always, logical brain, the thinking brain will always think logically, but there is something inside us, a subconscious level, which will help us to create miracles. These miracles happen within us every day, every day. This happens that I know I'm speaking to all of you. Maushami is delivering her message is a miracle. This would not have been possible pre-pandemic. Who would have thought pre-pandemic that there's something called Zoom, Microsoft Teams, so on and so forth? and we can get in touch with each other. Today I am in Sahadri Hills attending a training session, and in the morning I find the network not working. So if I lose my state at that point of time, I lose everything. We will not be connected. But see the miracle. What we did not learn, I would not say we could not learn, we did not learn. This pandemic taught us to learn. It forced us to learn. It forced us to adapt. I can tell you that higher discomfort gives you higher learning. Lower discomfort will give you lower learning. In Corona, the kind of discomfort we faced has taught us so many things, has taught us to be self-reliant, has taught us to be resilient, has empowered ourselves also to be self-empowered. There is a story which I would share, then I would end today's session. Of course, after the practice of breathing and Moshomi's practice, is that there was a Zen monk who was teaching everyone the art of fencing. So there was a disciple who went up to the monk and said, "Monk, what is heaven?" The monk turned to him and said, "You are a fool. You will never understand what heaven is. You don't have to understand. I will not teach you." Immediately, that disciple, out of anger, brought out the sword and he flashed it in front of the Zen monk. The Zen monk smiled at him and said, "This is hell." And immediately the disciple smiled at him, bowed his head and kept the sword back and said, "Please forgive me." And the monk said, "Yes, this is heaven." So heaven and hell is all within us, all around us. We need to identify what is heaven and what is hell for us. Once we do that, I think that would really be of great, great help to everyone. I would now request all of you to practice something, a breathing practice. Now, this breathing practice, this breath, what we would do is, for those who have joined for the first time, we will focus on the breath. And if any thought comes, which is very, very natural, while you are, because there are many ladies out here. So while you are practicing mindfulness and you're focusing on your breath, thoughts might come. What would I make today for breakfast? Okay. Some of you might think, oh, that mutton curry is waiting for me. Right? Some of you might think today is Sunday, so evening pizza, we must go out. These thoughts would come. Don't worry, accept the thoughts as it is. Gently go back to breathing. For your help and support, you can label in between it as breath. So when I'm breathing, I'll just demonstrate it to you. So while you are breathing, you can just utter the word breath. Breath. What it helps is, it helps you to bring you back into the mindfulness. And this can be, the analogy which can be compared to is building up, picking up a weight while you build up physical muscles. So whenever you pick up a weight, there is resistance, and this resistance helps you to build up mental muscles. Whenever there is a thought and you resist, don't resist, you accept the thought. In fact, I mentioned a wrong word. Whenever you're picking up a weight, you accept the weight, right? And you pick it up, you build up mental muscles. Here, when the thoughts come, don't resist it. Allow it to come in. See what it is saying. Go back to breath. Every thought is important. However, every day we get 60,000 thoughts in our mind. 60,000 divided by 16, because we sleep for 8 hours. Just imagine how many thoughts come. So that's okay. Let some thoughts come. While you are going back to breath, this labeling helps you to make you realize that you are meditating, right? So we will focus on our breath, and again, just straighten your spine. Keep your hands on a receiving state on your legs. You may wish to close your eyes or keep your eyes open and focus on your breath. Focus at the base of your nostrils and feel the warmth of the exhalation. That is also a good practice. If any thoughts come, accept it and go back to breath. 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 We focus on 5 breaths before we move into our next practice, the conversation. Thank you. Slowly open your eyes if your eyes are closed. Let the lights come inside. You may wish to be in silence for a few seconds. Thank you so much. So, Moshumi, over to you for the meditation.
Let's close our eyes. Let's delve deep into our life. Let's believe that the power of the universe resides within our life. We are in a state of absolute completeness, a state of purity. We are in a state of freedom, freedom from all obstacles, freedom from all fundamental darkness. Our life is filled with compassion. Compassion towards anything and everything. Compassion for the factors which is giving unhappiness to us. Compassion towards everything we meet in the environment. Our life is filled with courage. Courage to accept, courage to turn every poison into medicine, courage to turn all evil into good, courage to lift our life and lead a life of joy, purity, a life of boundless wisdom. Let us take every action based on wisdom. Let us have faith in our inherent potential. Let us polish our life from within and let us enjoy the shine and let us lead a life of true self, purity, happiness through eternity. Let us be in silence and enjoy the state. Yes, we can slowly open our eyes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Moshami. Uh, while listening to the words, it really gave me a lot of calmness in the morning itself. Just a minute, I'm just having a throat problem. So,
Hi, Moshmi.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm Sugandhi here.
Hello,
And,
Shanti.
yeah, I'm very grateful to you for this session because I often, came across a query. Though we meditate, I do meditate very seldom, but I do get angry of the unpleasant situations around. I used to wonder why so much practice I'm doing, still why this anger or irritation comes to me. Sometimes, I come out with words which are not hurting others. Very rare, but even then, it comes in a year, maybe once or twice. So now you had answered so beautifully with a very simple example of I am doing meditation. The maid broke the crockeries, the bell rings. We have so much 10 inner worlds, which was a very new learning to me. I will nurture it, but I would
Yes.
like you to furthermore, this inner world, how do I understand? How do I understand where am I coming from? Why it is there still? So if you can give me some enlighten or highlight so that I can practice. But you had taken it so beautifully, absolutely mesmerizing.
Thank
Thank
you.
you and my
Thank you.
gratitude.
Thank you.
My
Thank you
gratitude.
so much,
Yeah.
Sugandhi. So
Yes.
we can have another session wherein we will understand that why we are born with different circumstances. Yes, because see what happens according if we follow astrology, it says that our kundali is based on the
Oh,
star situations. Yeah,
yes.
if we believe
Yes.
that. Yes, of
Yes, I
course,
do. I do. I do.
we have respect for everything. We have respect for everything. Yes,
Absolutely.
but if our life was based on the position of the stars, then suppose on 1st of May, 10 o'clock in the morning, 10 children were born. Do you think that 10 children are having the same circumstance in their lives?
No.
Then
No,
why
certainly
not?
not.
Then why not?
Why
Then
not?
if we, yes.
Okay.
So that is something we carry from our previous lifetime
Oh,
and something we create on a daily basis, knowingly or unknowingly.
okay.
Yes, our thoughts, our deeds, and our actions is actually making and unmaking our life every time.
Okay.
So, something which we have control of, as I was saying, that when we are in the world of anger, I'm shouting at somebody, consciously I can feel, I can tell myself, oh, I'm in the world of anger. So let me lift myself up.
Okay.
Because I know it. So, and one thing also you have to remember, when you are in the world of anger, your world of Buddhahood, your world of learning, your world of realization, everything is there. It has not gone anywhere. It has not vanished. So one world always contains the 9 worlds within it. So it's a very beautiful concept of mutual possessions.
Okay.
So that is why we can do it from moment to moment. So it is a very beautiful question, and the effort that you are taking to understand life, halfway has already been done.
Thank
Yes.
you.
So enlightenment is nothing but realization of life.
Realization.
Yes.
Yes.
So all
yes.
of us, as Partho has mentioned, that all of us are Buddha. You know, like Bodhisattva, the world before Buddhahood is Bodhisattva. What does that mean? Bodhi means enlightenment and Sattva
Enlightenment.
means person. So what is that? When I treasure the person in front of me, believing that that world is there in him also. Maybe he is fighting with me now. But if I can bring out that world in him, because he is the person who is suffering the most, you know, if you understand that the person who creates problem in our life is himself not having a happy life.
Okay.
Yeah? That is part of compassion. So one day, if we can discuss a little
Yes.
bit on this,
Hopefully, yes.
why
yes.
our
Sure,
life.
Maushami.
Identify the
Sure.
9 world within. Yes, 10 worlds.
Yes.
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 Okay.
Sure. I
Thank you,
think
Moshmi. Thank you.
Thank you.
Morning,
You have a
Partha.
beautiful name, Sugandhi. Very
Yes,
nice
thank
name.
you. Thank you. Fragrance.
Fragrance.
Yes, thank you,
Thank
Moshmi.
you. Thank you so much.
Sugandhi is as beautiful as the fragrance.
Yes.
Oh, you made my day, Partha. Thank you.
So today, I hopefully you will, be cooking much better. The taste would be better,
Yes.
and you can send some
The
to
joy
us
has
also.
already started. Yes. Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
Partha, for organizing and making our life more beautiful day by day. We are becoming better person. That's very essential, right? I have to be a nice person, calmer person, beautiful person within me so that I can spread an impact. So
Yes.
that effort of yours is always commendable, adorable. Thank you.
Sugandhi, you don't have to say you have to be a bodhisattva. You are already there, right? We already speak from a state of being. So
That
we are
is
there.
why, Partha, we are the only species who are called human being.
Correct.
There is no cat being, there's no dog being, there's no coconut being. It is only human
Yes,
being.
being.
Yes.
Yes. Human being. We are here.
Yes.
So thank you so much,
Thank you.
Maushami. Just before we end, a small, I would not say it's a task, but it might be a good practice for us that if we can, till the next Sunday, I will not check on it or I will not ask for it, but till next Sunday, if
Okay.
instead of, what to do, we can also think of what we are being. So instead,
Okay.
I will mention the doings, also mention the beings, being happy. So whatever it is important for you, mention 5 beings every day till we meet next Sunday. And I know many of us will not be doing it. I will not say not be able to do it, but I will say not be doing it. That's okay. Even if you think for a moment, that also would be a very big achievement for all of us. So with that,
Sure.
thanks to all of you for being
Thank
here
you.
today. And just to
Yes.
remind you, every morning we meet from 7 to 7:20. And I will just share with you before parting that those of us who have been in this practice daily, practicing mindfulness, have seen a massive change, a shift in our own lives, in our thoughts, and unconsciously being happy. So those who said we want to be happy, probably there might be a gap, because you have to be happy and be more happier. If you say if you want to be happy, there is a dearth of happiness within you, right? I want money, which means I don't have money. I want happiness, that means I don't have happiness. So let's all say I want to be more happier. And my prayer for today, let today be the happiest day. With that, Om Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you, Mosami ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks.